Chapter 1. The Loss. 30 years ago, on a night when the stars were veiled by clouds, Earth experienced its greatest tragedy. The sky, usually peaceful and serene, became the stage for an unimaginable horror. At first, it was a faint light, barely discernible in space, which quickly grew into a bright, fiery streak cutting through the night. The sounds it produced were unlike anything James had ever heard. Thunderous, metallic screeches and cracks, all merged into one overwhelming, fiery display. James Reynolds stood by the window of his old one-story house on the outskirts of town. He had always cherished the nighttime tranquility that his little haven provided. In these evenings, when the city's hustle died down, he could reflect on what truly mattered to him. Tonight, the night was especially dark, and the stars seemed to be hidden behind a veil of thick clouds. His heart was beating faster than usual, as if sensing the impending doom. At this moment, his 5-year-old daughter, Lily, was joyfully playing in her room. Her laughter was like a gentle breeze in the silence, her joy and carefree spirit filling the house with light. Lily was like a ray of sunshine breaking through the clouds, her eyes sparkling with happiness as she played with her favorite doll. The doll was old and worn, but to Lily it wasn't just a toy. It was her faithful friend and companion. Suddenly the sky was illuminated by a bright light, unnatural and terrifying. James turned around, his instincts immediately telling him something was wrong. A scream filled with fear and helplessness pierced the night. He grabbed the handle of the nursery door, which seemed impossibly far away, and rushed inside. When he opened the door, he saw that the room was empty, and the only thing left was Lily's torn doll lying on the floor. James began to panic. He searched the room, her toys scattered on the floor, all the evidence of his daughter's presence, now a grim reminder that she was gone. James's cry was silent in the darkness. His grief was so deep it felt as if the whole world had suddenly collapsed on him. He stood alone, almost like a ghost in his own life. The meaninglessness and rage mixed in his mind as he tried to comprehend what had happened. He couldn't believe that what he had just witnessed was reality. Everything he knew and loved had disappeared in one night, leaving him in emptiness and darkness. The following weeks and months were a time of confusion and pain. James delved into researching anything that could explain what had occurred. He reviewed security footage, questioned neighbors, and studied astronomical data. Each new discovery seemed like a false lead, every new piece of evidence a fleeting hope. His entire life now revolved around one idea: finding Lily, bringing her back home. He quickly realized that ordinary methods wouldn't be enough. The special services and government agents who also began investigating had no explanations or clues. James started gathering information on his own, consulting private detectives, studying ancient books, and research on space. He began drawing blueprints and designs for his spaceship, based on every little detail he had learned about interstellar travel. Time passed, and James overcame all the challenges and obstacles that stood in his way. Each achievement, each step forward, was filled with both the joy of progress and the bitterness of constant reminders that his daughter was still missing. He studied the stars, uncovering their secrets, and each new star became a potential lead in his search. After many years of relentless work, he finally completed the construction of his spaceship. It was modest but powerful, equipped with the latest technology that allowed exploration of uncharted regions of space. The ship became a symbol of his hope, a place where he could focus on his goal. He named it Hope, in memory of his daughter and as a sign of his determination to find her. When the day of departure came, James felt every moment becoming a step towards a new beginning. The stars, which had once been just an endless backdrop to him, now seemed close and full of possibility. The rocket launch was a ritual he had long awaited, and every second of the flight was filled with the conviction that this journey would be his chance to reclaim what had been taken from him. James knew the journey would be difficult and dangerous, that unknown worlds and potential dangers lay ahead. But his determination was unyielding, and his heart was filled with hope. He was ready to go through anything to find Lily and bring her home. Each new day in the boundless space was a step towards restoring the lost piece of happiness, and he was prepared to face any challenges that might come his way.
Chapter 2. The search begins. Time moved inexorably forward, and the day James had long awaited finally arrived. The spaceship, Hope, a symbol of his determination and final efforts, was fully prepared for its maiden voyage. The ship boasted many unique features, from its reinforced hull, capable of withstanding the extreme conditions of space, to its high-tech engines, providing both speed and maneuverability. Every element had been meticulously designed, and every detail thoroughly tested. James stood on the deck, gazing at the sparkling cosmos that unfolded before him. Struggling to contain his excitement, he surveyed his ship, the culmination of years of relentless work. The vessel felt almost alive, brimming with secrets and possibilities. The stars outside the viewport grew brighter as James activated the engines, and the ship began its slow ascent into the celestial abyss. Inside Hope, everything was in place for a long journey through space. Life support systems, navigation instruments, research equipment, and communication devices. James had spent countless hours fine-tuning each system. And now, with the ship ready for takeoff, he felt a mixture of pride and anxiety. As the ship reached orbit, James felt his fear and hope merging into a single emotion. He began maneuvering through space, navigating familiar routes where he knew he would find relative calm. This was the time to get accustomed to the new equipment and control systems, testing each function and correcting any deficiencies. For James, this was not just a technical task, but his last chance to ensure everything was perfect. 3 weeks passed, and James reached the first major milestone, the asteroid belt, known for its difficulties and dangers. The asteroids here moved along unpredictable trajectories, creating a labyrinth of rocky masses that could collide with his ship at any moment. James knew this would be a serious test, requiring all his concentration and skills. The ship moved through this cosmic maze, where every mistake could be fatal. Asteroids of various sizes and shapes hurtled through space, posing a threat to any vessel. James employed all his knowledge and expertise to avoid collisions. He relied on the collision detection and avoidance system, as well as his own instincts and intuition, to find a safe path among these giant boulders. As he navigated through the asteroids, James felt the tension, but also the satisfaction of overcoming challenges. He knew that each obstacle he conquered brought him closer to his goal. Gradually, as he made his way through this zone, the asteroids thinned out, and he was able to emerge from this treacherous region. When he finally cleared the asteroid belt, a new sector of space unfolded before him, filled with uncharted expanses. Ahead were stars and planets that James only knew from fragmented data and theories. He understood that every new place could be a potential lead in his search, and with each new object, he tried to find something that could bring him closer to Lily. One day, while conducting another data check on his control screen, something unusual caught James's attention. An anomalous signature emanated from one of the systems, its pulsating nature strangely peculiar. It could have been a distress signal, the result of some unknown technology, or merely a cosmic phenomenon. James couldn't ignore this discovery and decided to investigate. Based on this data, he adjusted the ship's course to the location where the signal was strongest. He activated all observation and navigation systems, preparing the ship for the next phase of the journey. In that moment, his thoughts returned to Lily. Her image filled every dream. Her voice echoed in every memory. These thoughts were his source of strength and motivation. As hope approached the new destination, James felt the tension building. He knew that this place could turn out to be either a crucial lead or a potential threat. Ahead lay a new stage of his journey, one that could change everything. His decisions and actions in the coming days could be decisive for the success of the entire mission. The ship entered the orbit of the planet from which the mysterious signal originated. James activated the sensors and observation systems, preparing for exploration. He knew that any discoveries here could be both beneficial and dangerous. A new world opened up before him, full of possibilities and threats, and he was ready to face whatever the cosmos had in store.